Australia, a land rich in history and culture, has a story that stretches back tens of thousands of years. Before European colonization, this vast continent was home to diverse indigenous peoples who thrived in harmony with their environment. Indigenous Australians, including Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, developed unique cultures, languages, and ways of life. They lived sustainably, deeply connected to the land which they saw as the source of life and identity. Their stories, known as dream time or dreaming, explain the creation of the world and guide their relationships with the environment and each other. The richness of indigenous cultures was evident in their sophisticated systems of knowledge, art, and spirituality. Their expertise in managing the land and resources allowed them to flourish in one of the world's most challenging environments. In 1606, Dutch navigator Willem Janszoon became the first known European to land in Australia. However, it was not until 1770 that British explorer Captain James Cook mapped the eastern coast and claimed it for Great Britain. Cook's voyage paved the way for British interest in the continent, setting the stage for future colonization. The arrival of the First Fleet in 1788 marked the beginning of British colonization. Led by Captain Arthur Phillip, the fleet consisted of 11 ships carrying convicts, marines, and officers who established the first European settlement at Port Jackson, now Sydney. With the establishment of the colony, the British began to expand their settlements, often disregarding the presence and rights of indigenous peoples. This expansion led to significant changes in the landscape and environment. The colonization process had devastating effects on indigenous populations. The arrival of Europeans brought diseases to which indigenous people had no immunity, leading to widespread illness and death. Displacement and violent conflicts further disrupted indigenous ways of life. The British settlers claimed land for agriculture and settlements, often forcibly removing indigenous peoples from their ancestral territories. Despite these challenges, Indigenous Australians have shown incredible resilience, maintaining their cultures and traditions even in the face of adversity. Today, there are ongoing efforts to recognize and address these historical injustices through reconciliation. This includes acknowledging Indigenous rights, preserving cultural heritage, and working towards a more inclusive society. The Australian government has taken steps towards reconciliation, such as formally apologizing for past wrongs and supporting Indigenous-led initiatives aimed at healing and justice. Understanding Australia's history is crucial for building a future that respects and honors its diverse cultural heritage. Australia's history is a complex tapestry of cultures, conflicts, and resilience. By learning about this history, we can contribute to a future where all Australians are respected and celebrated.